Now, if there's one thing that Book Talk knows how to do, is recommend a book every damn time. Hey guys, welcome back to Nneoma's's Video Diary and a brand new video. And if you're new here, girl, why are you new? Subscribe, join the family. And if you're returning, girl, thank you for coming back and clicking on another video. But today we're just going to be talking about books that I've read this year. And I'll be honest with you guys, this year has not been a reading heavy year, like at all. When I tell you, school has been frying my brain. I barely have any time or any like mental capacity left to even read. I do try my best here and there when I can. But I've organized all the books I've read into different categories based on the genres. So we have thriller / murder, romance. Put the timestamps on the screen so you can skip if you want to go to a certain part. So for thriller / murder mystery, I started off the year with The Housemaid, and I'll get to why we have to review these separately in a second. But this book ate and left no crumbs. This was a solid 4 out of 5 for me. And if you know me, I'm not really generous with my ratings, but this was incredibly good. Even though like I had already seen the spoilers because I watched the movie first, truth be told, but I still enjoyed it. One thing that I don't like though is that it's a bit too, it's a bit too kind of like messy. Like I feel like she could have structured it a little bit better. But I have heard from people that this book is kind of just like an easy read. But basically it follows this girl called Millie, and she gets hired to work at a housemaid for this house, and then the owner or her boss, the lady who hired her, homegirl is like batshit crazy, talking, just doing anything, and all of us feel so bad for Millie, but like she's kind of stuck because she's broke, so it's either this job or be homeless. So it's a kind of thing of like she still has to be there regardless. So it's very good and I would recommend anyone to read it. Now the next book in the series is The Housemaid is Watching, and dare I say this was kind of better than the first for me. This was so good. I don't know why, because usually in a series I feel like the series goes like this. Like once you read that first book, none of the others are the same, but this hit even more than the first. Maybe because I wasn't expecting the plot twist. I tell you, the plot twist actually shocked me. Like I never saw it coming. Obviously I did expect something to happen, but I was guessing so many different scenarios compared to what happened. So this was very good. And Frida did her big one with this. This is getting a 5 out of 5 from me. This is a 5-star read, guys. If you don't want to read the Housemaid one, skip it. Read this instead. This one was so good. The last book in the series, I can't lie, guys, this one is sort of a 2 out of 5 for me. This book was not it. When I tell you guys everything that could lack in this book, it was lacking. Guys, let's just compare the size of the two. Look at this compared to this. Like, look at how chunky this is. Chunky for nothing. Just wasted my time. Why? I had such high hopes. It was the last book of the series. The last 2 books had impressed me. I was expecting something big, something bold.
I said I want something big. I want something that says I'm here. Beyonce.
To end the series, and then we got what we got. The plot twist felt so flat to me, thought out. It just felt like rushed and last minute. It was very much given when, if you haven't watched Gossip Girl, this is a kind of a spoiler by the way, but it was very much given when they announced Dan Humphrey as Gossip Girl. It's given a last minute decision. That's what that plot twist was like, and the book kept building up to some big reveal, and it was kind of nothing. Because of the first 2 books, I would rate this series a 3.5 out of 5, and if the last book was good, it would have been getting a 5 from me, but she let me down. Now while we're still on Frida, the last book of hers I read was Never Lie. Never Lie. I was so impressed because I saw no spoilers. Like I went in blindly, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm that person who searches up spoilers willingly, but I was like, no, let me change, let me go in here blindly, and I went in blindly, guys. Best experience. This book was good. The plot twist, honestly guys, I didn't really expect it because it's like dual point of view. It's about this couple, yeah, and they're going out to see like a new house, like very big mansion, and it turns out to be owned by this like really famous psychologist. So we see the point of view of the psychologist and the couple, so it was really good. And guys, when I tell you I wasn't expecting what happened, I actually wasn't. Like I had so many theories in my head as to what her plot twist was going to be, and I was wrong. I was wrong in every single capacity. Maybe I'm the problem, maybe I just can't guess plot twists at this point, but it was really good. I would give this a 4.5 out of 5. Next section we're going to talk about is romance, and starting strong we have The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Ponston. Let me look actually, guys, 1 second. Yeah, Ashley Ponston. And I read The Dead Romantic sometime last year. I actually bought these at the same time, but I just happened to pick this one up now. Guys, This was so good. I love Ashley Poston's writing just because it feels like real life, in a bad way. It just feels like very authentic. It feels like an experience that could happen to you. Like with romance, don't get me wrong, I love a good billionaire mafia boss story. What are the chances that that's actually gonna happen to you in real life? It's about this girl called Clementine, and she basically inherits her aunt's apartment in New York, and the apartment does this really cool thing where it takes you back 7 years in time. Clementine meets this guy, obviously, and you know, they get talking, they fall in love with each other, and he makes her explore parts of herself that she didn't even realize that she had to explore. So it was so good to me. And again, it's that real effect. Like, it's given I could live in an apartment in New York. It's also getting a 4.5 from me. If you guys can't tell, I'm not really strict. I don't run a strict program. If you know me, I'm not really generous with my ratings. Those are all the physical books that I've read so far, but the rest of them are online. And the next book I read was Julia Monroe Begins Again. This recommendation, I think I got it off of Pinterest. Like, it was very random. I was in like a reading slump and I was just looking for something like quick and easy to get into. I think I finished it in like 3 days. Like, it was super, you know, fast paced, and it was good. So it's about this girl who's like in her 40s and she lost her husband like years back, and it's her like trying to navigate falling in love again. And the book is a Christian romance, and as you know, your girl is Christian. I love a good Christian romance. So it was really good, really fun, really wholesome to get into. The only thing that pissed me off in this book was her damn grandma. She pissed me off so much. She was so annoying and irritating, and I was like, what does she actually add to the plot line? Like, I don't like how she wrote in like the grandparents and the older generation, but I definitely feel like this book is one of those books you can't read again, because the more you read it, the worse it's gonna become for you. Like, it's just a super fun, fast read. Unfortunately, it's getting a 2.5 from me. Like, you can read it, but girl, don't really have high expectations like that. That's all I'm gonna say. The book I read was The Words We Lost, and this book, guys, this book made me so sad but so happy at the same time. Like, it was honestly so good. So basically, the main character works in publishing, like big publishing house in New York, and her best friend is like a famous author. Harry Potter kind of famous series in this book, and she passes away mysteriously before the last book is released. So everyone's like, girl, we want the last book. Obviously, her passing is very traumatizing and sad, but the book kind of explores how the main character navigates this grief while also trying to do, you know, her job and get this last book out. And she also goes back to her small town where her best friend is from. We see her like relive their childhood together, and obviously falls in love. But this is a second chance romance. The guy she falls in love with is someone who she already dated, and I think it was her best friend's cousin or something like that, her best friend's brother or cousin who she's fallen in love with. Very nice to see how she tackled with grief and romance and saving her job, you know, all these complex feelings at the same time. So it will be getting a 3.5 out of 5 from me. It's because, guys, you know, there was a little spice, a little pizzazz like missing from it. The last few books I read were actually a series by this author called Pepper Basham. I'm not really sure how you say her name, but she wrote like this romance series that follows 3 siblings, and basically the first book is called Authentically Izzy. I wouldn't recommend this book to you if you're not a big reader or if you're just starting off reading, just because it's kind of hard to get into, because the way she writes her books like letter format, or like, I can't really explain it to you guys. She writes her books like she's texting. So the main character will be texting or emailing all the other characters. That's how we see things play out in the start, instead of like, you know, the usual narration or like first person point of view. Eventually towards the end, it does switch to like narrative kind of thing. It takes a while, guys. Like, you'll be reading that book for at least, I would say, like the first half or first quarter before you get there. So if that's not your style or you're not really a big reader, I wouldn't recommend this. But besides this, plot wise, it was a good plot line. This girl called Izzy, she's like 29-30, she's a big nerd, loves books, you know, loves her family a lot, and she's never really experienced good love or like true love in her life. And then now homegirl has 2 people to choose from, but the one thing I would say is they didn't really make it a hard choice for us. One of the guys was really shitty. Like, it was quite obvious she wasn't going to choose him. The character has 2 people. I want to see them, like both of them 100%. It's a thing of like, you know, her heart or like personal choice. That was my only criticism regarding this book, but besides that, it was a very good read, very light-hearted. I would give it a 3 out of 5. Next book in the series was called Positively Penelope. It follows Izzy's sister, who we kind of get to know in the first book. Like, we see a lot of her personality, so it kind of feels natural and the flow is kind of good. And this is like age gap romance, like small town romance. I would say all of them are kind of like small town, but this one specifically. So Penelope gets into this drama like internship program form and like remodel the theater. So it was really nice to see. And obviously she meets this guy, like the manager or like owner of the theater, and it's like his family. It's like a family owned business, to get to know each other. And at first they're not like quite friends, or she doesn't like his personality, but eventually with time, you know, they start to bond and they fall in love. I rate this one again 3.5 out of 5. The last book in the series is called Lowly Luke. The main character is a pick me, like the boy. It's about brother in the family, and he just pisses me off. He just wants to be so different. Like, he's not like those typical men. He's simple and he wears like lumber jackets or like flannels, whatever they're called.
What about us loggers?
And he just irritated me. Why do you want to be different so bad? No. And it just didn't work for his personality. Like, I just feel like it felt so forced. It just felt like he was intentionally trying to like not fit the standards, you know, not fit the norms. And if they had played the storyline better, it could have worked out for him. Maybe, but she just didn't play it good enough for me. But basically he falls in love with like this princess. He gets to go to Skymart again and work on like a castle or like this really important project, and he meets the princess. I love the princess. She was so good. She was everything and more. She was giving us classy, she was giving demure, she was giving everything. This book is getting a 1 out of 5 from me, and this one is for the princess. It's for the female character. It's not for that man. No, he just pissed me off a bit too much to get anything from me or any rated. But yeah guys, that concludes my reading wrap up for the first quarter of 2026. And I know it's not a lot, but girl, a girl has no time to be reading like she used to. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for my next video. Bye.